Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. It is a glorious Sunday. Rangers 2, Club Brugge 2, and a lot of transfer news to talk about. But if you want a full in-depth Rangers review of the game against Club Brugge, check out my channel a little later on. But yeah, why is it glorious? Because it's a great time to be alive. The season is around the corner. All right, Champions League qualifiers. We're about a month away from the actual, well, I mean, less than a month away from the Scottish Premiership beginning. I'm buzzing for it. You should be buzzing for it. But it was definitely a tale of two halves. So, I'm just going to summarise this game rather quickly. I did have issues with Rangers TV, but I'll talk about that on my channel. As for this game, Club Brugge, they looked a lot more ready for this matchup than Rangers. That was evident within the first 15 minutes. Now, due to connection difficulties, I didn't exactly catch the first goal, but once I got back in, I rewinded it. Here, piss poor for Finlay Curtis and Max Aarons, has to be said. Now, again, doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't necessarily mean that Max Aarons minced, but for a lot of that first half, I thought Max Aarons was just James Tavernier wearing the number 3, so to speak. A lot of mistakes in there, out of position, but you know what? It's a friendly. It's all about building up a wee bit of fitness, getting used to the team, getting used to your teammates, getting used to the stadium, all this, the style of play, you know the score. But it was an avoidable first goal for Rangers, let's say that. Liam Kelly did it well initially, and then the rebound falls to, what's his name, Firkin or something like that, and he puts it into the back of the net. And not long after this, from the exact same position, maybe the right-hand side's just cursed, folks, I don't know. But it's pretty weak. Cross, it was either a cross or a shot, deflects into the path of Reese, and he just cracks it first time on the volley into the top right hand corner. You don't save this, you can't stop this. This is just a fantastic goal, and as I said during my watch along, greatly appreciate everyone that checked it out. That's the best goal of July. It is, especially so far, and you'll struggle to see a goal better than that. So if there has been a goal better than that, leave it down below and I'll get back to you. Rangers, then of course, into the second half, changes are made, right? And thankfully, this did sort itself out. We got a goal back with Diamonde, which here, I think Diamonde, if there's one thing that's lacking from his game, it is the fact that he doesn't really score all too much. But this was a great finish into the bottom right hand corner. I actually thought Barami did pretty good in the second half. It was good seeing Emmanuel Fernandez. He is a big man, 6'5". If we can get him used correctly and tweak his bad points and already work on his good points, then I think with that height and physicality, there could be a player in there. It was just good seeing a centre back that's massive, man. It feels like it's been forever since we've had a guy that literally towers over everyone else. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes down. But we do manage to make it 2 each with Finlay Curtis. Like I said, a few defensive mishaps in the first half, but he more than made up for it here. Good ball from Barami, finds Finlay Curtis in about the 89th minute. Bottom right hand corner, makes it 2 each. And yeah, it's only a friendly, right? And even if we won 6-0 or get beat 6-0, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, so no points are awarded. The bike just flies past. But you don't really want to lose it, and I'm glad we didn't. We also could have won it late on with Ross McCausland, but that's Ross McCausland, and you knew that wasn't going to happen. So 2 each. Fair result in the end? I'd say so. They were much better than us first half, and we were much better than them in the second half. Anyway, moving away from that, like I said, if you want to hear more of an in-depth review, check out my channel later on. But Mikey Johnston, right? Former Celtic man, current West Brom man, is closing in on a transfer to Flamengo after the Brazilian club made a formal approach to West Brom of around 5 million for the 26-year-old. I'm not really too sure how he's even landed this link, but he's landed it. It's very real, and apparently he's travelling to Rio to do his medical. And Celtic do have a sell-on agreement, so we'll have to wait and see how much money they will make in terms of this. But yeah, fair play to him, man, because I think too many players are afraid of making these moves. So fair play, because yeah, there is money in a decent bit. I mean, it's not like the Brazilian top tier and like the Argentinian top tier. They do get looked down upon from Europeans, but it's not like it's diddy amounts of money. But it is refreshing to see someone just try something drastically different, considering like they're not South American. So it's always good to see 5 million. West Brom making a bit of profit on their man. Speaking of Celtic, they're eyeing a 3 million move for Swedish winger Isaac Jansson after the 23-year-old's impressive campaign with Rapid Vienna. About to sell Nicholas Kuhn to Como. Who'd they bring him in from? It was Rapid Vienna, so another Rapid Vienna winger, and they'll be hoping to him to have the same impact that Nicholas Kuhn had, and also the same amount of profit. But that is where we're going to leave it, guys. It's been a weekend of friendlies. Of course, on Friday with Hearts and Celtic in action. Yesterday with Hibs against Ajax, and today Rangers against Club Brugge. And tell you what, man, this midweek, Champions League, Conference League, Europa League, you name it, Premier Sports starting very soon as well. Things are picking up, and this is the channel that's going to cover it all, and I'm looking forward to it, man. Can't wait for the 2025-26 campaign to begin. But yeah, leave your thoughts down below, and peace.